Hey folks, I'm Will Bridges from your team over here at 123 Trade. In this video today, I'm going to show you guys a tool like nothing you've ever seen. If you do technical analysis, you draw trend lines, or maybe if you use Fibonacci's or look at support and resistance, and maybe you're tired of drawing those lines, I might have a solution for you. And you're going to want to pay attention. I'm going to show how to do a lot of manual analysis in this video. And then I'm going to show what I like to call the easy button, that just basically draws a lot of lines and Fibonacci ratios, everything for you, so that you can just immediately apply your strategy. So technical analysis has been around for a long time. This shouldn't be a new idea for anybody that's been trading for longer than a couple of days. But I think I can blow some minds here with how powerful this tool is. It took us 2 years to develop this and 25 years of teaching people how to trade prior to that. So first things first, folks. Got to show you the risk disclaimer. Everything in this video will be for educational purposes only. There's no such thing as a guaranteed trade or a guaranteed win. As I like to say it, you do have to risk it to get the biscuit. The only thing you can control is your risk. So let's get this show on the road. I'm going to go ahead and pull up my charts over here. And I want to go ahead and show you guys, more or less what I would do on this. This is the dollar versus the Canadian dollar. And if I wanted to break this down, first thing I want to do is add some structure to the market. So I'm going to go ahead and grab some lines on the outside of this thing. And I want to get a feel for what the long-term trend is. And that's really what we've got. We don't really have anything that we can trade off of right now. We do have an inner trend line that formed here for quite some years, and that broke recently. So we're kind of headed towards our outer trend line, and seems like we're in a pretty serious downtrend. The funny part about this one is that the majority of retail traders are buying this right now, which I feel for them, but at the same token, well, I'm about to show you guys the reason why I want to try to take everybody else's money in this scenario, because when we're looking at this, okay, this is the trend on our weekly time frame. This is since, the beginning of the coronavirus madness, and here is our trend. We are below it. That means that I should be looking for sells more often than anything, because this thing has fallen somewhere in the neighborhood of a few thousand price interest points since March of last year. So if it falls most of the time, do I want to call the bottom? I don't know. Maybe we draw some Fibonacci's on here. Maybe we look to see if we're at the edge of a zone. Who knows? A lot of traders are going to do this manually. And to do that, you're going to have to really have a good understanding of highs and lows in the market, and keep just adding waves. And you guys may or may not understand why I'm doing this, but not important for this video. I'm going to show you guys a tool that will do this for you. So it does look like we are at our extension. We've already broken our extension level. Well, at least versus what my eyeballs found. And that may be right, it may not be. The truth is that there are going to be waves and ranges on every time frame. So if I want to be sure that this is the price that I should start buying, then I may have to do this on multiple time frames. And as you guys might imagine, it's pretty easy to make a mistake somewhere along the line and not necessarily follow your strategy to a T. So what we came out with more recently, okay, is the Smart Analytics tool. And what this is going to do, it's actually going to look for all of the lines that it can find, all of the Fibonacci ratios it can find. It's going to scan everywhere. I'm going to scan trend lines first, and it found our trend line right there. Okay, so we've got another red line on top here. We've got a big double top that it's looking at. We've got a green trend line down here on the bottom. You guys can see the inner trend line that I drew here. Here's our outer from the bottom that I drew on the monthly time frame. So it just went ahead and drew all of these for me. And this is basically telling me that I should be looking for sells, because the heaviest line I have is red on top. So trend direction is already knocked out from that standpoint in my brain. Now I need to figure out what range that we're in. So I'm going to pull Fibonacci's. I'm going to scan, and this is showing me that we are almost to the bottom of this range. Not quite there yet. And if I want to find actually an applicable trade for right now today, then I'm probably going to have to come to a lower time frame. So we haven't made it to our range according to my fib on the higher time frame. So this thing could come down a little bit further. So what I may do here real quick is just pull a quick horizontal line here for where I may try to trade towards at my Fibonacci extension. And here is my current market price. And I'll put a stop loss above here. Go ahead and turn this lock tool off. Actually, let's get these the right color so you guys can see what I'm doing red stop loss, blue current market price. So for those of you that are looking for a continuation on this trend that went for the last year, that's really, what we found. And maybe that risk reward ratio is not acceptable for you. Maybe you want to have closer to a 2-to-1 or a 3-to-1 or whatever it is. Then just maybe we could find even something on a smaller time frame. So maybe we stay on this USD CAD. Actually, let's go down to the 15-minute time frame here. Okay, and this is really going to be looking for something in a much more near term, because the 15-minute chart is not going to show anywhere near as much data. But you guys can see here on this 15-minute that we've already broken out of our AB boundary once. We're still inside of it right now, but this is where our extension is expected to be. Okay, as far as current market price, I'm going to leave that where it is. And our AB boundary is above here. We could use our recent high here. That might be our trade right there. And that wasn't something that we spent a heck of a lot of time, because the charting software did all the drawing for me. All I did was figure out where I wanted to enter and exit. And we're going to be showing tools like this, manual analysis, every Friday in our client-only trading sessions. I'm also going to demonstrate how to trade with a lot of different types of automations. If you want to get free access to that type of stuff, by all means, send us an email to brokers@123trade or visit our website, 123trade.com. And that actually, I think, is right over here. And if you want to support us, by all means, like, subscribe, ring the bell. There's lots more information in the Show More section below this video on YouTube. But we look forward to trading with you soon, folks. Be good or be good at it. Take care.